blackouts because it happened in Texas. Downtown Houston, the lights were on. Lights were on, right? The building lights and all that down, the city of Houston. But the poor area, those area or, regular houses and stuff like that, apartments, their lights were off. All right. So they are preparing to keep the lights on for Manhattan and Times Square and all that. All right. I mean, just imagine Times Square going black. That would be scary. That would be scary. So it's like one of those movies, right? Like 2012 or whatever. What's the other movie called? It's about I think it was like the Ice Age or something like that, and people were in New York and the snow was so high. You can't. I mean, it was only the tip of the building and the Statue of Liberty torch that you could see. Everything else was like all snowed up and buried. I mean, buildings and houses were buried, and there was no lights. It was pitch black. So I guarantee you that they're only going to keep the light on in Times Square, Manhattan, possibly like I think the Statue of Liberty will be turned off. I have a strong feeling Statue of Liberty will be pitch black. But they're going to keep like the very important ones, buildings. I mean, we are talking about people that got crazy money, billionaires. I mean, they're going to keep the lights on. But the suburban area and all that, I mean, it just, the poor area, I mean, they're going to see it. They're going to see it. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Remember, they warned that they were going to knock off certain things when it comes to the outage. The Big Apple grid operator modeled a scenario that was equivalent or greater than the Texas could snap earlier this year that nearly collapsed the entire power grid and left millions in the dark. Something like this never happened. Give me a second here. Let me just zoom it in. Wes Yemen's vice president of operations for the New York Independent System Operator said electricity demand will soar to record highs under such a scenario. At the same time, deliveries of natural gas to power plants will be disrupted, he added. Nothing like this ever happened before. Now, all of a sudden, we have all this type of stuff going on. I mean, it's not like New York was born yesterday. New York has been around for like 200 years. And now, all of a sudden, this is happening. The reason why it's happening, ladies and gentlemen, is because they're trying to transform everything around. The green, deal. All right, you know what I'm talking about there. All right, so the disruption will cause power reserves to plummet by 90% to 526 megawatts, excuse me. The model revealed. Yemont said that NYISO had identified electrical circuits required to keep gas flowing through pipelines to prevent a grid collapse. Notice, most of the fossil fuel generation is downtown. Okay, so hold on. Gas flowing through pipelines. Remember, the 4.6 is turning off some of the pipelines. Because we don't, again, when it comes to gas or fossil fuels, I mean, that's something that, they kind of want to turn off. So if this thing turns off, which again, the 4.6 has turned some off, you guys already know that, right? Then the grid could collapse, which will put New York in pitch black. All right, so it says here, notice, most of the fossil fuel generation is downstate. All right. I have a strong feeling we're about to see something big coming out in the Big Apple. The Big Apple. So, geez. It's getting really tough. All right. zoom this in and see where. Okay, so this is tale of two grids: upstate energy profile, downstate energy profile. 77% is run by fossil fuel. And I made a video earlier today and I told the people you must learn from other countries because the Bible said that it's going to hit all nations. Every nation is going to see something. You know, you can run to you know, bunkers and stuff like that, but at the very end, that's not going to save you. Give me a second here, guys.